Welcome to You and Montessori. You are now on the channel of a Montessori broadcaster. Thank you in advance for liking and subscribing. A special shout out to our subscribers. Grab your coffee. And maybe a biscuit or two. Because now it is going to get interesting. So, what is our title? The Drama of the Ocean. Remember, we are still examining how to present the universe to the imagination of the 6-year-old. This is the scope of Chapter 5 of Montessori's famous book, To Educate the Human Potential. Montessori goes back to a time when the earth started to shake off its water cloak, which receded mainly into what is today's grand oceans. Earth continued to be drained by rivers. These rivers transported calcareous matter to the oceans, thereby enriching their composition. She writes of how this calcareous matter was so voluminous that it would have choked up the oceans in about 6,000 years. From this point she elaborates how living creatures emerged onto the scene and assisted the further unfolding of Earth's evolution. When the threat of the oceans being choked off and drowning the world anew became a strong possibility, the three-lobed trilobites emerged onto the scene. They and the cephalopods made a meal of the calcareous matter, but their efforts were not enough to purify the oceans. The crinoids joined the fray. Tiny protozoa marched in step and successfully defended the borders between land and sea. Each one of them could reproduce 1 million babies in 10 days. The oceans had been turned into a humongous water purification plant. When these protozoa died, their bodies turned into droplets of calcium, enriching the coastal areas. Their purpose to the earth in death being as important as in life. Some of these creatures became extinct due to changing circumstances that robbed them of key resources necessary for life. Montessori stated, and I quote, "Ages passed and Earth continued to rise from the waters and dry herself. New continents had been formed, new rivers drained them, carrying yet greater quantities of carbonate of calcium to the sea." End quote. The crinoids no longer sufficed, coral polyps burst onto the scene, and displaced the former. Coral polyps are still with us today, having successfully protected their niche in the drama of the ocean by keeping the necessary equilibrium in its waters. Enter the fish. And the curtains open for the next act of advanced life forms. Montessori elaborates on how fish evolved over time, a little bit about their conditions of existence, and the broader purpose they fulfilled in the cosmic plan. Montessori accepts the geologist's views on evolution as an advance on those of the biologists. In fact, she is quite scathing of the latter. The scope of Montessori's knowledge on the early history of the earth is breathtaking, considering that this was not her field. In showing us how to connect the cosmic plan with the 6-year-old's imagination, she indicates to the teacher the areas of knowledge that she or he needs to acquire in order to be prepared for the 6 to 12-year-old. The title of our next video is, according to Montessori's description, Preparing for the Emergence of Man. And so, we have come to the end of the 8th video in our series on Montessori's famous book, To Educate the Human Potential. If you enjoyed it, please support our channel by subscribing and hitting the like button. Your opinions are important to us. So, let us know what you think of this video by passing us a comment if you wish. And, thank you very much.